I am just very grateful that she would share her story. Of course, it's an abbreviated version of her story. Her husband's job was outsourced. He actually trained his replacement. That's when they ran into all the problems that they faced with trying to pay the mortgage payments that kept going up. And I don't know whether there is anybody in this audience or anyone who, through the media, who might be following this, who could do anything to help Christy and her family, but I hope somebody will try. Because it's really important to her, and particularly her children. One of her children has a challenge in learning, and being in the school district has worked out really, really well. So I hope that somebody might be able to step forward who has a rental or who has some other way of helping Christy. You know, the bank actually bought the home at higher than market value. So maybe if somebody with the bank or with someone associated with AmeriQuest, which started this downward spiral, could step forth and try to show some humanity and compassion, that would be a good way to start what we need to do to repair some of the damage that is being done to families across our country. You know, before I came out, I met with Michael Dillon and his fiancée, Jenna Kresge, and their attorney, Walter Maroney, who also shared a story of deception, fraud, abuse, just enough to make you wonder what's going on in our country. And as Christy and I were talking before we came out, I was thinking how in 1991 and 92, when Bill and I were here campaigning as he was running for president, we actually focused on the issue of home foreclosures. Some of you might remember. We had an event in a home, just like the home that Christy shares with her husband and 3 children, because that home was being foreclosed on, and because of the economic conditions and some of the problems that people in New Hampshire were facing at that time, people were losing their homes. Well, we all took a big sigh of relief during the 1990s, didn't we? And we didn't face a lot of these economic problems that just cut right to the heart of the American dream for hard-working families like Christy's, and like Michael and Jenna and others. Well, here we are, we're back again. And it's a combination now of economic conditions that are not working for the vast majority of Americans and unsavory practices that are undermining the dream of home ownership. So as much as I wish that Christy's story was the exception and that no one would ever have to go through what she and her family are going through, the reality is that they are by no means alone. Their story is now the story of hundreds of thousands of families across America, including many right here in New Hampshire. Families who have worked hard and done everything right, who maybe lose a job, maybe have a medical emergency or some other intervening event, and they've spent years scrimping and saving to buy their home. They have signed exactly where the mortgage company told them to sign and submitted all the right papers. But then some kind of crisis intervenes, or maybe because of some provision buried in the fine print, they discover that their mortgage rates are actually much higher than they thought. Maybe they realize too late they've been lured into buying a more expensive home